In the remote corners of East Pokot district, coming across a well-built school like Tiki Primary School in Kolowa Division is like finding an oasis in the desert. Enrollment has not been a problem for the school, but retaining the children remains a challenge. Assistant Chief Solomon Lopongon has become a regular visitor to the school.
Kazi yangu ni kutembea shule, angalia watoto iko namna gani, kupata headmaster. Headmaster kanieleza kuna mtoto mwingine ametoroka.
He is here to check the whereabouts of children, mostly girls who have been missing from school for no apparent reason. He shows me a list of 3 schools, each with some disturbing figures. Tiki Primary School is the most affected. From the lower class to the upper class, it's a grim picture. There are only a handful of pupils. In every class, there is an empty desk. 2 or 3 pupils are missing. The girls' enrollment in school at basic levels is very high, but they drop out in large numbers in Standard 4. At this stage, they have to answer to the call of tradition.
Wetu ambao hawakurudi kuanzia mwaka ujao, mwaka uliopita mpaka mwaka huu ni wanafunzi 50. Miongoni mwao ni wasichana ni 35.
Initially, this class had 10 girls, but according to teachers, 8 of them never reported back to school beginning of 3rd term last year in January 2012. Most families here consider girls' education to be unnecessary and a poor investment.
Kuna msimu wa hiyo tabia ya kukeketwa kwa wasichana, FGM, na hiyo ndikachangia kukosekana kwa wasichana wetu.
In the Standard 3 class, we come across this desk. The people who used to occupy it has not been here since May this year. Her whereabouts, not known. Ruth, not her real name, is described by her teachers as a bright girl, and her absence has worried many. Through the assistance of the chief, we trace Ruth, who lives a few kilometers from the school. The chief's presence here seems to scare everyone as the family tries to hide her. This little girl dared to dream of a better future through education. Despite coming out top of the class, she was unable to continue with school. At the tender age of 9, the playful nature of a child takes over. The phone seems to perhaps excite her as she tries to take some photos. But her father does not see Ruth's innocence. Instead, he's banking on how wealthy he will become once he marries her off. Mzee Lowogo says he pulled her daughter out of school because, in his view, this firstborn in a family of 5 is too old to be in school.
In the Pokot culture, she is a big girl. Soon she will be circumcised and get married.
With education, I know she is capable of becoming a doctor or a teacher. I've tried to convince her father to let her continue with education, but he won't listen to me.
Akapata huyu msi, akaeleza wapi mtoto yangu, akaanza kugombana na mimi. Uliza mara ya kwanza hakuwa kali, lakini ya pili hakuwa kali.
Ruth's issue is among the many cases that the chief has been handling. He's been on a mission to save the girl child from early marriage and FGM.
Community ya Pokot, akiongea mambo ya wasichana sema hakuna maana, ni kazi yao tu kuolewa, kutahiriwa, kuolewa, kulete mali. Halafu mimi kama mimi nimetembea kama Nakuru kama naona wamama wengi ni viongozi. Anajua tena kuongea. Kwa nataka hawa kuendelea na shule.
Back to Tiki Primary School. In the Standard 5 class, pupils continue with the lesson. One desk is, however, unoccupied. It is where 12-year-old Cherop, also not her real name, used to sit. Since she disappeared, her desk is still empty. Perhaps teachers here haven't given up. They're still waiting, hoping that Cherop will turn up. Cherop, we're told, lives some 7 kilometers away from school. As we head there, the chief tells me Cherop's case has been very complicated. The chief's presence in Cherop's homestead makes matters worse. Here, we get a very cold reception. No one is willing to divulge details about her whereabouts. But after putting more pressure, Cherop's mother agrees to talk with us.
She decided on her own that she won't continue with school and decided to get circumcised like other girls. Currently, she's living with her auntie.
Our journey in search of Cherops takes us to some very remote village. Although passionate about saving the girl child, his mission has been marred with many challenges. Poor infrastructure, leaving him to walk for many kilometers. Some areas in Kolowa have a very poor or no mobile phone reception, making communication a problem.
Area tena ni mbali sana. Hata kitembea long kifika huku naongeleza, kesho naenda huku mpaka unaona wengine nakosa kueleza vizuri kwa sababu iko mbali.
It took us 1 hour to get to Ngeleo village where we found Cherop. After undergoing the cruel act, Cherop and 3 other girls have been kept in seclusion. When her parents realized that she was 2 months pregnant, they hurriedly took her through the knife, since it is a taboo to give birth out of wedlock.
Whenever the school asks for PTA money, my parents could not afford. I was worried they won't be able to support me while in high school. That's why I dropped out of school.
On the neck, she wears a copper tag that serves as a chain to identify that she is already engaged.
Shida ya huyu mtoto imejaribu sana, lakini nimeona huyu mtoto yuko na marafiki ambayo naingilia yeye, kwa sababu nimeona huyu mtoto kama akienda shule kuitisha pesa kama PTA anakosa, kwa sababu baba hawezi kulipa hiyo pesa, anadanganya mtoto mpaka anarudi nyumbani.
Many a times the chief is viewed as the enemy of the culture.
Niko siku nyingine mmoja mesikwa, alafu kesi akikutana yeye anasema nimepeleka mtoto yangu. Kwa nini nimepeleka shule? Endo wao. Unapeleka wapi? Peleka kwako.
The situation in the schools district is telling. Long before schools closed for the April holidays, a good number of students were missing from the class registers. Constructed in June 2009, Katikit Primary School was intended to increase the enrollment of children and rescue the Pokot child from early marriage. It is made up of a dormitory and rows of modern classrooms, but today the school is deserted. Many classes remain empty. There are simply no pupils to teach. The school administration has been forced to do away with some classes like standard 5 to 8.
They are withdrawn from the school for circumcision, then to be married to, so that they can bring well to their family. School.
But with the chief's determination and more support from activists, maybe, just maybe, child marriage, a practice that has been embedded in this community for generations, could soon begin to retreat, giving hope to the Pokot girl child. Rozongoi, NTV.